Welcome to Creative Living, where we help you live your most creative life. I'm Jane Klaus. Now, if you're like so many of us, being cooped up inside for a year is really starting to stunt your creativity. But don't worry, today we're getting advice on how to spark creativity. But before we fire up your imagination, let's see what's coming up on the show. We talked to a company helping people take the frustrations out of technology. I'll show you a cute and fuzzy project the kids will love. And Mr. Sizzle is here with creative dishes to add to your dinner table. All that and more on this episode of Creative Living. Creativity and imagination are the spark that so many of us need right now. So joining us to talk about sparking creativity are artists Corinne and Roy. Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I love talking about anything creative. It's so important in all of our lives, especially with kids. Have you noticed that creativity in kids has dwindled as they've been cooped up inside?
We were actually talking about how our kids have become more creative being cooped up inside.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's something about having the space to do it and making a sort of creative time that has sort of done it.
And we have supplies out all the time. And I think because they don't want to be doing the same things all day, every day, there's been lots of new creations happening in our house, which has been really fun to see.
Why is it important for kids to be creative?
I think it's really all about problem solving. You know, you want to give kids the confidence that if they don't have something, that they could make it themselves. We have an 8-year-old and we have a 2.5-year-old, and we've seen some pretty amazing fairy houses and drums. And I just find that it builds the confidence, especially in our 8-year-old. We see that she's willing to try things out even if they don't work, and come up with her own solutions.
You are teaching some virtual classes to spark the imagination for kids. Is there something that adults can do at home that's similar?
Yeah, I mean, you could in theory run your own classes, but I've been thinking about themes, because if you pick something to focus on and you narrow it down instead of just sitting down and saying, hey, we're going to draw.
Right.
You know, if you say, okay, we are going to learn about the cookie cutter shark, and we're going to make cookie cutter shark drawings, and we're going to maybe make cookie cutters, you know, something along those lines. It just takes all the guessing game out of it. So you should decide on things as a family that you like.
So with the cookie cutter shark, for example, is doing research into that sort of leads into making cookies about sharks. So they're joined together thematically, but they're different projects.
And the other thing is, you know, as we grow into adulthood, it's important to still be creative and still use your imagination. Why do you think that is?
All of this idea that we encourage creativity in kids, but then as we get older, it sort of gets pushed aside. And we don't think about getting creative with dinner, getting creative with your drive home. I think that when you decide to lead a more creative life, then you just become more adventurous and more confident in everything that you do.
Creative thinking is many times about the method rather than the actual project that it is. Something that we've noticed is that for a lot of people, creative thinking seems like non-serious work, when really it's something that you can use in every aspect of your life and every aspect of your work. You know, we do a lot of work that isn't what people would consider creative, but we approach it with the same creative approach.
And I'm sure you guys know this, but being a little bit creative every day can actually benefit your mental wellness too.
Yeah, 20 minutes a day. It's just like exercise. And I think about drawing and painting like exercise. Give yourself 20 minutes and just get something started and you'll feel better.
You're both creative artists, and it seems like your mission is to keep creativity alive. Why is that?
So we've always been in this community, this family that's been really supportive of it. And so I think that my job is to be the mirror when people can't see their own creativity and encourage them to have really creative responses and to see all the things that they're already doing in their own lives. And that if they feel like they've missed an opportunity, they can start today, and then it'll be with them for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm. As an artist, I feel that part of our mission is to create creative literacy, because you also need people to appreciate and to see that art is something that is all around them, and creativity is something that you can incorporate into your everyday.
Yeah.
And that helps us in our job, but it's also part of our job.
Fantastic, you guys. Thank you so much for inspiring all of us to be creative.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us on. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. If you want to learn more about this dynamic creative duo, just head to their website. This past year, we've certainly learned that technology can be hard and downright complicated. But Groovy Tech has made it their mission to take the frustration out of technology.
Groovy Tech got started because we realized that there was an opportunity to be able to provide a service for folks and develop a resource for people to be able to turn to for patient and respectful help navigating their technology. We realized that the days of user manual and friendly help appear to be behind us. Groovy Tech offers services all anchored around the fact that we would like to be able to empower folks to be able to use technology independently and on their own terms. We offer in-home as well as over-the-phone one-on-one personal technology training sessions. Some of the ways we've been able to help folks during the pandemic have been working with people to be able to use communication applications more frequently and easily. So we work with folks with Zoom. We have an entire program dedicated to working from home and helping people make those adjustments, as well as staying at home. So if you're looking for help, ordering food, procuring services, staying informed and entertained, we've helped a lot of people with that during the pandemic. I will say that what went from sort of an elective notion of becoming more comfortable with your technology prior to the pandemic, we've really seen it become more and more essential for people to be able to navigate technology during these times. Groovy Tech works to take the frustration away from interfacing with technology. We'll work with people and teach them how to use different applications that they're being asked to use more and more these days, such as Zoom or FaceTime. And what's great is when you're working independently and one-on-one with a trainer, there's no stupid questions. There's no worry about, oh, do I have to ask this or do I have to learn this right away? We work with you individually, one-on-one, and we really do just go towards the same goals, and we don't come in with a specific agenda or timetable. The profile of a typical Groovy Tech client is, it's kind of hard to pigeonhole one way or the other, but I will say that we work with a lot of people who have experienced tremendous success in their life, and at this point they don't know who to turn to without maybe getting an eye roll or maybe being made to feel inadequate in that space. So it's really people, we have clients that have been heads of law firms, CEOs of companies, lots of different prestigious positions, but the commonality is that there's a desire to connect and to understand how to utilize technology independently and on their own terms. Groovy Tech has many different opportunities for training sessions and programs. For example, our 3-for-2 program is very, very popular and very, very well received because we're able to work with somebody for at least 3 hours in different sessions. And in doing that, you develop momentum, you're able to move on, you're able to tackle frustrations, and ultimately move to a place of much more comfort interfacing with your technology. You can get in touch with Groovy Tech any time of the day if you go to groovytechwithak.com. We also have an incredible dedicated customer care team. They are always very friendly, and they can help you through any of the options, any of the scheduling, any questions you may have that are all related to how to get into the mix and start working with the Groovy Tech family.
We know that routine and habit can squash our creativity and stifle us. And once stifled, our minds are not challenged anymore. So, to break the routine, do things you've never done before, and you're sure to spark your creativity again. I like it. Stick around, we've got more to come on Creative Living. We check in with Midwestern Meats for some creative meals. And we visit with Manuel Builders to see how they make home buying easy. has become our workplace, our school, and our sanctuary all rolled into one. And at Manuel Builders in Louisiana, they have the experience to get you into a home to meet all of your needs.
My name is Missy Manuel and I'm co-owner of Manuel Builders. My husband Greg and I have a residential building company that's been in business over 55 years. We focus on custom on your lot and residential in subdivisions, speculative homes. Our core values are community, integrity, and excellence, and those are really important to us. We believe and love people, and we love building homes, safe places for them to do life and make memories.
Manuel Builders really caters to everyone. We have couples that come in and they're trying to downsize. We have first-time home buyers. We have families that are, they're growing. They've outgrown their first home and they're trying to build something that's going to fit their whole family and everybody have their own bedroom. We try to cater to all types of homeowners.
The three things that come to mind that a client should know about themselves when wanting to build a new home would be: 1. Do making decisions come easy to you? There are tons of decisions that will need to be made along the way, so knowing if you may need guidance would definitely help you find the builder right for you. 2. What is your lifestyle? How will the home contribute to your day-to-day life, and how will it enhance the way you function in the space? Lastly, what are your essentials? As in, what is your must-have list? What features and elements are important to you and will make your home unique to who you are and match how you live?
For homeowners that are looking to build a custom home, I would say that we are definitely a fit for you. We offer tons of options and everything is located in our design center, so that way it's a seamless and easy process for you and less stressful.
This may sound a bit unusual, but my absolute favorite space to design is the living room, primarily because it's the heart of the home and there are so many things to consider. Living rooms are used to entertain and socialize with friends, yet it's also a place of refuge for individuals and family members to rest and relax from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Elements such as lighting, views in and out of the space, and the overall layout are all important to making this space feel a certain way. Tailoring that correctly to each homeowner is always very important to me.
It's so important for us to connect with the homeowners on a personal level, so that way we can really understand how they live and what they need in their new home.
I would think that anytime someone decides to build, they're really looking to create their forever home. Something that really speaks to who they are and something that they can create that really works well for their family and their way of life.
When a customer walks into their home for the first time, I want them to be able to see the craftsmanship, and I want them to feel like they're walking into their dream home for the first time.
We're talking about sparking our creativity today, and there's no better place to get those creative juices flowing than in the kitchen. So joining us today to share some creative recipes is Rod McConnell from Midwestern Meats, also known as Mr. Sizzle. Hello, Mr. Sizzle.
Jane, how the heck are you? I'm so happy to be here today.
I love it when you're on the show. We can talk about meats, Mr. Sizzle. So you've got 3 dishes that we can throw on the grill to talk about first. And we're going to start off with skirt steak?
Yes, Jane, everybody cooks ribeyes and sirloins and T-bones. Let's be a little creative and let's cook something different. Skirt steak, let me show you what a skirt steak looks like. Everybody probably doesn't know. It's just a big, long, skinny piece of meat. Now, great for carne asada, great for fajitas.
Okay, Mr. Sizzle, next up you have flank steak.
Yes, Jane, flank steak is my family's favorite. We do it all the time. And listen, you can take it all night long, put it in soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, soak it all night. You can put it in barbecue sauce. Where it comes from, let me show you what it looks like. That's a flank steak right there, okay? Beautiful piece of meat, very lean.
Let's talk about short ribs.
Okay, short ribs. Short ribs come in a plate. You got 3 ribs, there's different pieces of it, but it's a 3-rib plate. That's what you'd want to get from the butcher. Now, some people cut those ribs and smoke them, cook that whole rib, but here's what I like to do. I like to do flanking style. Flanking style, you cut across the ribs. So you get 3 little ribs. So here's a raw one. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so you got rib. Now, just like the skirt steak, Jane, you can season this up all night long, but a little seasoning, throw it on the grill, matter of minutes. And then what's so fun about the short ribs, Jane, that little bone. You got to chew around that little bone, and you got to get that little nub. And even better, then my dogs get that little piece. Man, they're in heaven.
Mr. Sizzle, I love it. Now, this next cut of meat is popular in Brazilian cuisine, and it's called a picanha.
Yes, Jane, the picanha. Now listen, it's a culotte. That's what we call it over here, a culotte. The top of the sirloin, okay? So here's what it looks like. It's kind of a little triangle piece of meat, right? Very marbled, very flavorful. Now, what the Brazilians do, they put it on a skewer just like that. So they cut it into little, I don't know, 1.5 to 2-inch pieces. They salt and pepper it, and they do it over a churrasco. Now that's open flame, that's how they cook it. So you can see that. Now listen, if you take this and you grill this on your grill, you don't do anything with the fat, you grill it. What it does, it turns into this little ball, this ball of heaven. It's so cool because it goes like this, whoop, and then you just cut it and you have these beautiful little pieces.
Now, you've inspired me with this one, but I'm still a little curious about it. You're grilling your meatloaf.
You know, Jane, because I'm a grill fan, I love to do everything on the grill. Meatloaf is one of my favorites, and it's simple. Little hamburger, we use breakfast sausage, some peppers, so easy. So I take it on the grill and real hot, I sear it, right? I get it looking real beautiful, get all the marks on it. Then I just turn down my right side of my grill, I offset it, I close it down. Now, a grill's hotter than an oven. A grill can go 600 degrees, so it doesn't take as long, but you also gotta manage it. How do you manage it, Jane? Thermometer. Just cook that thing up to whatever temperature you're comfortable with. I like to go about a 135 on an item like that. Leave some juice in it, beautiful. Let me show you what I got.
Yeah.
It's hard to see on the screen how beautiful it is. It looks dark, but that was a grilled meatloaf right there. And then I just take the ketchup, whoop, put on the top.
That's what's for dinner tonight, Rod. I love it. But you also have some options for the non-meat eaters out there.
So look at this, grilled cabbage, Jane. Seriously. So I take some toothpicks and pudding to keep it nice and together so it doesn't fall apart. And then basically what I do at the end of it, I mimic a wedge salad. So I've got your blue cheese and your bacon and your tomatoes. You know, you can use blue cheese dressing. Red pepper flakes is kind of my favorite. So something that's very unique, very fun to try to do, and it's very enjoyable.
Well, it's inspiring to talk to you, Mr. Sizzle. Thank you so much for all these creative meal ideas.
My pleasure, Jane, and I just want everybody to eat better.
Absolutely. Okay, for more information on Midwestern Meats, just head to their website. Another tip to ignite your creativity, keep an idea book. Great ideas come unexpectedly, so it's important to write them down before you forget. You can use these bits of wisdom that you wrote down to help you brainstorm or even gain inspiration for projects. Let's see what's coming up on the show. A simple DIY project that will help you spring into the upcoming season. And the right type of massage for you. You've got some spring fever, huh? Well, I've got some great DIY inspiration for you to go along with it. Just grab the paintbrushes, scissors, and glue, and for peeps' sake, let's make something. You'll need a white canvas board, paint and a paintbrush, fabric scraps, paper or fun felt, pom-poms, burlap ribbon, spray starch, and hot glue. First, paint the canvas any color you want. I'm going with yellow. And while the canvas is drying, cut out your burlap ribbon so the raw edges are exposed. And pull out some fibers to make the edges fray. Now, spray the burlap with spray starch and let it dry until it's hard. Iron flat if you need to smooth it out. You can also paint the dried burlap ribbon now if you want it different than its natural color. Next, cut out the fun felt or paper in the shape of a bunny. Using the fabric scraps, cut out small pieces for the ears and glue them on the bunny cutout. Now glue on a bunny pom-pom tail. When the canvas and burlap are both dry, glue the burlap on the canvas, and then glue the bunny on the burlap. You can add a custom greeting using Scrabble letters or any letter cutouts that you have. And there you have it, a happy ending to this spring-themed canvas art. It also makes a great gift to let some bunny know you're thinking of them. Don't go anywhere. Creative Living has much more coming your way. Why getting a massage may be the answer to unlocking your creative block. Being relaxed can really help with the creative process. So getting a massage may be just what you need to open up your creative mind.
Stone is a nationwide chain of massage and facial spas. We have 475 locations across 35 states and actually 2 provinces in Canada. And the whole concept is we bring spa services to the middle market by making services more affordable and more convenient, but really still delivering the highest quality professional spa service. Our most popular is the traditional Swedish massage, focused on relaxation, but we have a number of other targeted and customized massage services. Very popular are hot stone or our salt stone massage, where we actually use the stones in the modality. And then we have specially trained massages, our deep tissue, our oncology massage, and also prenatal massage. A number of different customized services to try to meet that client's specific need.
Thanks so much for joining us right here on Creative Living. We hope we've given you some tips today to spark your creativity. I'm Jane Klaus, and I'll see you next time.